The league could not be in a more exciting place than it is right now.
Certainly, the attention on women's basketball right now is at an all-time high.
And according to the show Buzz Daily, that's more viewers than any NBA game on ESPN this entire season.
Remember when WNBA games struggled to fill seats? Those days are over. The Indiana Fever's home games are now packing in 16,000 fans. That's 4 times more than last year. Want to know the secret behind this massive jump? It's all about one rookie who's changing the game. Let's dive into the Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is making waves, but how big are we talking about? Maybe on your mind right now. Let me tell you though, this isn't just about a splash in a kiddie pool. We are referring to a full-fledged tsunami that is inundating arenas and shattering TV ratings records in every direction. Let's begin with the figures that are leaving everyone in complete shock. More people are watching the WNBA than ever before. An average of more than 1.2 million people are expected to watch these games. That's a huge leap that has everyone in the sports industry paying attention, not just a little bump. And this is where things get really crazy though. Do you recall the days when the Indiana Fever played to an attendance of 4,000 on a good day? Well, those times are in the past now. They are currently drawing crowds of up to 16,000 people. Is it really true? That is 4 times as many fans as there are. From having plenty of leeway, the Fever are now the hottest ticket in town. It's not limited to Indiana either. It seems as though the Fever are carrying their own private army of fans with them wherever they go. Nearly every away game is sold out. It appears as though Fever has swept the nation. You may be asking yourself, is this something that happens once? A passing fad? No, not even near it. 16 WNBA games this season have drawn more than 1 million viewers. And what do you know? Caitlin Clark and the Fever played in 14 of those games. Not only are records being broken, but they are being broken into tiny pieces.
And Caitlin Clark, the way she has driven attendance, the way she has driven viewers to watch the games.
And according to the show Buzz Daily, that's more viewers than any NBA game on ESPN this entire season.
Are you ready for even more absurd news? The final home game for the Fever before the Olympic break? A staggering 1.7 million people watched it. When a number like that comes out, sports analysts rush to update their charts and TV executives do a double take. What does all of this mean then? It's a sign that history is being made, people. The WNBA is changing right in front of our eyes. These days, it's not just about one player or one group. It has to do with an entirely new degree of enthusiasm and involvement that's taking the league by storm. It's not just good news for the players and the teams, I assure you. The news is fantastic for fans like myself and you. Increased viewership translates into increased coverage, financial support, and eventually an improved product on the court. We're discussing the possibility of future expansion teams, better facilities, and larger contracts. The really shocking thing is that this surge isn't only altering the present, the future of women's basketball is being altered by it. When young girls watch these games, they see sold-out arenas, hear boisterous crowds, and have bigger dreams than ever.
And why are we talking about Caitlin Clark? Because she was a big reason for the huge turnout and viewers on TV for Sunday night's game.
The league could not be in a more exciting place than it is right now.
Certainly, the attention on women's basketball right now is at an all-time high. And
they now have bigger aspirations than just playing in the WNBA. They want to be the next Caitlin Clark, the player who takes the league by storm. Let's talk about something even bigger now that we've seen how Caitlin Clark is selling out arenas and smashing viewership records. What goes on outside of the court? When she's not even participating in the game, how is Clark altering it? This is where things start to get really interesting, so get ready. There's more to the WNBA than just kicking back and admiring Clark's skill. In the background, they're up to some serious business. The NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament served as the catalyst for the league's extensive marketing campaign. And what do you know? 36 of the Fever's 40 games will be broadcast nationally on television. That's nearly the entire season, not just a few extra games. The truth is, though, that this isn't just a problem for die-hard basketball fans. The WNBA has much higher goals in mind. They aim to attract casual sports fans as well as those who watch primarily during major events. The audience we really wanted to connect with this year was the audience that loves basketball or loves big sport moments or is just a casual sports fan, stated Phil Cook, Chief Marketing Officer of the Women's National Basketball Association. Furthermore, what do you know? It functions. Those who have never watched a WNBA game are tuning in to find out why everyone is talking about it. Why? Clark isn't just talented, she's putting up stats that have you gasping for air. Recall the game in which she participated for the full 40 minutes and had 19 assists? It's the kind of show that makes people talk. This is where things get really crazy though. Clark has an impact on more than just the number of viewers of the games. She is also altering the items they purchase. Her football shirt, it is selling out of stock quickly. Clark's jersey is actually among the best selling in the league. She's not alone either. Angel Reese, another rookie, is right there beside her. More than ever, the sales of merchandise are being driven by these young stars. The WNBA's visibility is greatly increased by all of this excitement. We're not merely referring to sporadic acts of extra care. We are discussing a significant spike in interest. The All-Star match? A total of 3.4 million people watched it. That's a staggering 305% jump, not just a slight increase. Furthermore, it goes beyond the numbers. It has to do with the enthusiasm and energy Clark is giving the league. According to Chloe Edison, Chief Growth Officer of the WNBA, Caitlin was really a catalyst to bring in a lot of new fans. Every time she takes the court, she produces new WNBA fans in addition to drawing in viewers. How does the WNBA stand to gain from all of this? It indicates that they are not only expanding, but also blowing up onto the national sports scene in a manner that has never been witnessed before. In addition to being a player, Clark has emerged as the symbol of a completely new era in women's basketball. The league is ensuring that they are prepared to ride this wave to the summit. It's important to note that Caitlin Clark's impact extends beyond her actions on the court when discussing how she changed the game. Not just the Indiana Fever are feeling the effects of her impact, the entire WNBA is being shaken by it. Let's examine how Clark's celebrity is propelling the entire league to unprecedented heights. Do you recall the All-Star match from earlier? That wasn't just a hit though, it broke records. A staggering 3.4 million people watched the WNBA All-Star game. That's not merely a slight increase. In comparison to prior years, viewership has increased by a staggering 305%. Is it really true? Over 3 times as many viewers tuned in to witness the elite performers showcase their talents. The thing is though that not only Clark is profiting from all of this attention, this wave is also being ridden by other novices. Consider Angel Reese as an example. In terms of jersey sales, she is on par with Clark. The excitement these young players are bringing to the league is greatly appreciated by the fans. Let's now discuss the implications of all of this for the WNBA's future. Teams are beginning to think big with all these new fans and excitement incredibly large. The Chicago Sky recently revealed their plans to build a $38 million practice facility. Folks, that's no small change. There will be something different about this new facility. We are discussing an area of 40,000 square feet devoted to optimizing the Sky. It will feature 2 full-size WNBA courts, a player lounge, player-only areas, and extremely cutting-edge training tools. What's the best part then? The target completion date is December 2025. But why is this mattering so much? That demonstrates teams' willingness to make investments in women's basketball's future. They're not merely capitalizing on the momentary surge, rather they're constructing for the long haul. This kind of facility can help draw in elite players, enhance player performance, and foster an atmosphere that is conducive to greatness. Not only the Sky is acting though, Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, has seen a sharp increase in attendance. Last year, they had an average of about 4,000 fans per game. This year, they have an astounding 16,000. 4 times as many people are crammed into the stands as that. What does all of this mean for the WNBA in its entirety then? It implies that women's basketball will likely be bigger, better, and more thrilling than it has ever been in the future. We're talking about improved facilities, increased player resources, and potentially even the addition of new teams to the league. The ramifications of Clark's influence are just getting started. We're witnessing the WNBA change right before our eyes as more teams invest in their future, more fans tune in, and more jerseys fly off the shelves. The best is definitely yet to come for fans of women's basketball, which makes this an exciting time to be a fan. After witnessing how Caitlin Clark is currently altering the game, let's look ahead. What sort of history is she creating? What impact might she have on women's basketball in the future? Everyone seems to be asking these questions, and you might be surprised by the responses. Let's start by discussing Clark's possible long-term effects. Here we're not merely observing a passing fad. She's the most similar player the WNBA has ever seen. In the words of one WNBA official, Caitlin Clark is a draw in a way no other player has been in the last 27 years in the history of the WNBA. That's a game changer, not just hype. However, what does this imply for the players of the future? Now picture yourself as a little girl watching as Clark lights up the scoreboard. You witness crammed arenas, hear thunderous applause from the audience, and witness her perform acts that render people dumbfounded. All of a sudden, becoming a professional basketball player is more than just a pipe dream. Numerous young athletes may be motivated to pick up a basketball and practice their jump shots by Clark's success. Let's now discuss media attention and sponsorships. Given how many people watch Clark, there may be a significant change in the way women's basketball is covered. More TV time, deeper analysis, perhaps even a few primetime hours, and backers, they will be itching for a share of this action. Increased investment in the sport overall, as well as larger contracts and endorsement deals are possible out. This is where things get really interesting though. Clark's impact extends beyond the United States. Because basketball is a worldwide sport, her fame may have negative effects on other countries. There may be a global upsurge in interest in women's leagues, more nations making investments in their initiatives for women. Perhaps even a few famous people from around the world will decide to give the WNBA a shot. To take advantage of this momentum, the WNBA has already started taking action. Their audience is general basketball fans who may watch NBA or college basketball regularly. Bringing in those casual fans and converting them to ardent WNBA supporters is a wise move. What does all of this imply for women's basketball going forward then? We might be witnessing the dawn of a completely new era, more competitive games, better facilities, and higher salaries. The WNBA may even begin considering adding more teams. Who knows? Perhaps in the future, the WNBA's popularity will rival that of the NBA. Naturally, everything hinges on Clark living up to the expectations. So far, though, she appears more than capable of rising to the occasion. She's altering the game, not just playing it, and future generations may experience that change. How might Clark affect women's basketball in the future, in your opinion? Are you eager to watch the sport's potential developments? Tell us in the comments below.